What's up guys, Nomad Gaming here, bringing you another episode of step-by-step builds. In this episode we are still in Willow Creek, in the second neighborhood of Willow Creek. In the last episode we did a makeover of the pancakes. If you guys missed it out, make sure to check that video out. It is on my channel in the playlist step-by-steps. But in this video we're going to be building a wooden duplex. That's just what I decided to call this build. It is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You guys can go and search wooden duplex and you will find it there underneath my ID name or creator name, I guess that's what if you want to call it, that Nomad Gamer 94. But anyway, let's just get back to the build, guys. I had a lot of fun with this build, especially when I did the furnishing. The kitchen is something that I've never really done before, like the type of style, the type of counters and stuff that I use. I've never really used those before. It's the first time that I've ever used it, but it actually really came out nice. I do cut out myself furnishing all the bathrooms in this build because they all actually look the same, apart from obviously the two bathrooms upstairs have got showers in them, and the one downstairs just obviously has a toilet and a basin because it's a little guest bathroom. So I do edit those out because I mean it's going to be boring for you guys to see me furnishing three bathrooms the same, so those are cut out. And but the rest of the build you guys will see, and then also you guys will obviously see the screenshots at the end of the video, and you guys can also go check out the screenshots on my Twitter and on my Instagram at Nomad Gaming 6. Cool. So let's get back into the build. So I obviously chose wooden paneling, but like obviously a dark wood color for the build, because I wanted it to sort of be like a cabin, but obviously much larger with a family living in it. And then the stairs over there, I made them only, I had to obviously make them 3 blocks wide because else they wouldn't be in line with the door and it would just look really stupid. So the windows that I used and the doors that I used here are all wooden doors, wooden windows, so nothing too fancy, because this home is not really, it's not, even though the inside is furnished really nicely, I don't want it to look like it's too much of I don't want it to look like it's a modern build, because the neighborhood that we're in is not a modern neighborhood. So I still wanted the house to stick to the theme of the neighborhood, with, with the wooden paneling and so on. But in this build I add 2 of these feature walls where it's curved like that, and it actually ends up making the builds really nice, especially when I add the landscaping. So in the area that you can see now with the big windows on this side right now, that's going to be part of the kitchen, so it's going to be the dining room, and then the other feature wall is going to be part of the living room. I initially wanted to have a reading nook there in the living room, but those little corner couches that you can put in the corners of the rooms, they didn't really fit into the outer wall that I made. I think I made it too big, because I have done it before, and they actually fit perfectly. I think I just did it too big this time, but you know what, it actually ends up working, and it actually ends up bringing a lot of light into the living room. This house is lit up a lot with natural light, which I think really makes everything stand out inside, which I really like. So obviously I did add lights whilst I was building, but also only at a later stage. So because I didn't realize that it was dark inside, because the house, because of those big windows, it just lit up the whole bottom floor so nicely. So which I was really impressed about, and I really enjoyed furnishing especially the bottom level. It really was a lot of fun. Landscaping also really beautiful. I end up changing this just to be all yellow, because I thought if I add yellow flowers, blue flowers, pink flowers, it just looked weird. So stuck to one color with the yellow flowers on the side on this feature window. And I didn't go overboard with the landscaping, just kept it really simple. Added a few flower bushes, and there's 2 trees. I didn't overdo it with the landscaping. And then on the outside, I actually do end up adding a back door here that leads out of the kitchen. So I'm just searching for kind of the perfect door to go there. I end up going with this door, I believe. I think, no, I'm sure I went with that door. Yeah, okay, the door I knew it was a door that had a window inside of it. And then the stairs, I had to make them double because else it wouldn't line up with the door, and I couldn't put railings because for some reason it wouldn't allow me to stretch the railings. It kind of made the 3 railings, and that would just look really dumb. So some nice little flowers there with some sunflowers, which I really like, just to make it look all, nice and color, just to add some color, because the whole build outside is basically brown, so to go with a dark wood color. But then around the pool area, I was gonna do like wooden flooring around the pool, but it just started to look really like, it just looked really tacky, like it didn't belong there. So I end up just using the terrain tool to do the kind of stonework around the pool area. And once it's done, it actually looked really, really nice. And I add a little barbecue outside as well. And I don't do outside table in this build because the dining room that I made is really beautiful. And I thought that, because if you have multiple seating areas like where Sims can eat, they don't always go to the dining room. They tend to sit at the other places rather than the actual dining room. So I just added a little barbecue and 2 little lounger chairs outside and another tree. So that's basically the landscaping of the build done. So I didn't go overboard and add too much. I added, I think, just the right amount actually to make the build look nice, and to also pull attention away of everything being that wood color. So, but I think once the build's done, actually having it this wooden color, actually it looks really really beautiful. So now we're going to move to the inside of the house. I stick with a also wooden flooring. I like this wooden flooring from Cats and Dogs. I think it's one of the best wooden floorings that I have so far in the game. I don't have a lot of packs, but from the packs that I do have, it's actually the best one. And then the bathrooms, I do a beige tile, and I'm also going to do a beige tiled wall on the bathrooms as well. Like I said, I keep them all the same. They're not different. I just wanted to do one style of bathroom throughout the build instead of making different bathrooms. So yeah, so that's why I cut out the 2 furnishing of the 2 bathrooms. Then for the rest of the house, the whole bottom area, I do in like a light sort of grayish brown type of paint, and then I add a feature, like a stone feature wall, as you can see there in the kitchen. That's going to be where the stove and stuff's going to go. And I actually end up not adding kitchen cabinets in this build because they didn't have matching cabinets to the counters that I had, believe it or not. So, and every other cabinet just looked weird because it didn't match my counters. It looked like I was just gonna place cabinets there just for the sake of it, which that's not something that I would do, because I don't just put stuff down for the sake of having it there. But then that sort of air vents that you put on top of the stoves, you'll see how nice that actually looks on that feature wall. So I just close off the stair area there so that it kind of gives the illusion that the stairs are built onto the wall and that it doesn't have like a little gap around it. And then I just put the railing around the stairs as well. I had to do it twice because the first time I did it, I made it a bit too long, so it kind of looked weird. So now we're going to start here in the living room. I use a lot of wood in this house. Like a lot of the furniture that I use is like wooden based, because that I just wanted to go with that's the sort of the theme of this house. Like the family's into like that wooden decor. Yeah, decor's the right word. Decor doesn't make sense. Decor, yeah. So they're into the wooden decor type of vibe. So I do add a little bit of color, just to make it pop, but not too much. Not like I have been in previous builds where I've stuck to like a color theme. But in this build, I just add enough color to kind of draw the attention away once again from all the wood in the house. So So there is another, that's like a wooden a nice wooden table where the TV is going to stand. And then I was just trying to find the right couch to use. I didn't want to use too modern couch, so I just went for this plain couch, and I made it a nice like navy blue color. I think it really stands out with the against the walls and the wooden flooring. And then just the normal TV that stands on the table, so just normal. Then the coffee table that I wanted to use, I just used the glass one, and I actually sized it down by one. So because I think if I kept it normal size, it would have just looked too cluttered, like to have that the coffee table that's got the TV stand on and then another coffee table right there. So that's why I sized it down. Now you'll see what I mean with this whole reading corner. Just those couches or sofas or whatever you call them, they just didn't fit properly because the windows were, I think, one too big. So I end up just leaving it like that, and obviously it adds a lot of natural light into the living room anyway, which is what I really like. So I just put some curtains there, and I think I add like this nice flower pot thing there that's also made out of wood, sticking to the theme. So I feel like that really ended up working. At least it wasn't a total waste to have that feature there. So just a nice pot plant with some yellow flowers and a little bit of blue on the vase, just to add some on the vase, just to add some color. Then I just add a nice little floor lamp there, just to add some extra light. And also that lamp that I used, it actually brings like a warm sort of light to the room. So that's why I used it, because it's a living room. The living room's supposed to be inviting and homey and warm and stuff like that. It's kind of the heart of the house, if you want to put it that way. And then I do add curtains to this to the living room as well. I don't put curtains in every room. Like I put curtains here in the living room, and then in the dining room, only in the dining section. And I think I put a few I put one or two curtains in the single bedroom, and then I don't end up putting curtains in the master bedroom. I think I actually forgot to put curtains in the master bedroom, if I'm being completely honest. So if you guys download this build, you guys can add that to the master bedroom, because I actually forgot. I think I tend not to always remember the curtains because I don't always use them. And also, number two, the color swatches on the curtains irritate me, so I tend to try not use them, but I can't always not use them. So, and also, yeah, in the kitchen area I don't add any curtains, only in the dining section. But this was actually the kitchen and the dining area is actually my favorite room in this build. I think it looks really unique, and it just stands out so much. And it's actually, I would have a kitchen and dining section like this. It ends up being so beautiful. So I just put a little island in there just to complete the kitchen. I know it looks out of shape now, but once I start adding all the other furniture, you'll see how it will actually make sense. So I just change this cabinet into the little half cabinet, because now it actually starts to take on more shape with the island being there. I think with having a normal counter there, it looked a bit too long. So then I found these counters that have these sort of jars underneath, so I thought maybe I could use that as the island. But then I noticed that the wooden paneling on top was sort of, it looked like it had to be in a corner, and it just would have looked really ugly and weirdly out of shape to the rest of the counters. So I ended up just scrapping that idea and just leaving the center island with the normal counters that I already have over there. And then you'll see now when I'm looking for the cabinets, there's literally no cabinet that matches. So it just feels like, what's the point of putting cabinets that don't match? It's going to look out of place, it's going to look ugly. So the air vent that I put there, I actually end up leaving it there just like that, sticking out of the wall. And I think it actually goes so well with the stone or the tiled feature wall there, and also the sort of industrial look of the kitchen counters. So it's the first time I've ever done that. I've never left it like that before. Normally I either like put it into the cabinet where you can't see it, or I don't have one sometimes. But I feel like because of the missing kitchen cabinets, the air vent over there, over the stove, actually ends up bringing everything together. So looked really awesome, and it kept with the whole industrial type look of the kitchen. So I was really happy about that. So, and then I wanted to, because I had the cookie jars here, which I normally always use as a decoration. I wanted to add a coffee machine, but then I noticed that I wouldn't have any space for the Sims to prepare food, and I didn't I didn't want to delete the wine bottles that were on the side over there, because they kind of went with the kitchen. So I just add the wheatgrass decoration in the corner, and then that's sort of all I really do with decorations on the kitchen counters, because it's just enough. And then I add a nice chalkboard to that wall over there, sort of like a menu chalkboard type thing. I just felt like it's a unique item, and maybe you wouldn't have something like that in your kitchen, but why not? I mean, it could have been created by the family. Maybe they've like drawn on there like their favorite meals, the recipe of their favorite meal. So I just went with it, and I put a little citrus tree underneath it, and it actually ends up looking really, really nice. So in these builds, I've decided to, like I've been saying from my first video in the step-by-step series, I want to step out of my comfort zone completely and kind of do things that I wouldn't normally do, and use furniture that I wouldn't normally use, because I normally normally play Sims, or when I first started playing Sims, everything would start to look the same. Like all my builds would start to look the same, because I'd only use a select amount of furniture that I always use in every single build. So I decided to stop doing that and step out of my comfort zone and start doing things in a different way, and it actually ends up working for me, and it makes my builds actually really beautiful and very unique. And a lot of my subscribers and even people on my social media always comment on my screenshots, and they always tell me that they love my screenshots, and they, it just really makes the screenshots look even better using furniture that sort of is different in that type of way. So now here in the dining room, I know everything sort of looks like it's all just wood, but with the curtains there and I end up changing that centerpiece. I actually end up enlarging that centerpiece and putting it by the window, and using another centerpiece for the table, which is that centerpiece that you're going to see now. But it actually, being all wood, it actually, those little centerpieces actually end up standing out more, which draw your attention away. Like once you guys see the screenshots at the end of the speed build, you'll see what I mean. And then this chandelier that I used actually ends up tying the room together completely, and it gives it that warm color, that like with the lights, that warm color. And I just add one painting on the one side of the wall, and that's a dining room done. And you'll see when the screenshot comes, it's actually really beautiful, and it actually goes with the kitchen so well. So like I said, kitchen's definitely my favorite room in the whole build. And then I didn't cut this bathroom out, because I kind of wanted you guys to see, okay, this is what I did with the bathroom. So the rest of the bathrooms you don't need to see, because the only thing I add different really is the shower. So it's pointless letting you guys see it three times. I mean, that's annoying. So yeah, just normal guest toilet, with also sticking to that wooden theme, having the wood incorporated in the basin and the toilet. And then I just add a little hand soap there with a little matte carpet, just to finish off the bathroom. And then we're gonna head upstairs, I believe now, because we should be done with the bottom. Yeah, we're heading upstairs. So the first room I do is the teenagers' room. So as you can see, his bathroom's already done. I've already done it. I've just obviously sped past that part. So I keep it with a single bed, even though I could have maybe fit a double bed in here, but I think I'd be cutting it really close if I put a double bed in here, because this room has got sort of the balcony area outside, so that's why this room isn't too big, because it has to cater for the balcony area outside. So this initially was supposed to be the master bedroom because of the balcony, but it would actually be too small for the master bedroom, so I end up giving the teenage room the balcony, and it doesn't actually really matter because it's just a nice little extra feature. And then I was struggling to find where am I going to put a flippin' wardrobe in this room. I was like, okay, maybe I should do hanging clothes from the wall. I was going to do the hanging clothes here in this corner, and then I was like, it's going to look so weird and so out of place. But then I saw there actually is 2 blocks available there. When I put the walls up, I actually noticed it. So that would have been too squished. I don't think the sim would have been able to get past that. But then this long cupboard over here, it actually gives a lot of space on the floor, so that you can actually still walk past it. So I ended up using that one, and it actually worked perfectly. So there is actually at least a wardrobe in this room. And then I end up deleting. I was going to delete both of those windows, but I thought no, then outside it looks weird. So I end up just going with the one window there, and it actually is more than enough, and it allows me for some more space on the wall to add some posters, because I like to add that. It's just some little details. Obviously, being a younger Sims room, just adds more detail to the room. As you can see that it's a young person's room, not just a plain bedroom with no decorations or anything like that. Then I add a little movie poster. Maybe it's his favorite movie that he likes. So I just put that there by the cupboard, and I add obviously a little school bag and a few other decorations in the room, and just a carpet to finish it out. I do wish that this few of the decorative items were interactable by the Sims. Like, I wish when the kids went to school, they could like pick up their backpack and put it on their backs and go to school, or they could like pick up the CDs or books and like read through them. And like, I really wish some of the decorative items were that your Sims had animations for. It would have really made the gameplay not better in a lot of ways, just with that tiny bit of extra detail. There's tiny bit of extra things for your Sims to do. Would have really been awesome. Then I added this little baby Yoda statue to the room, which I think is really cute. Sorry guys if I sound a bit weird. The room that I'm recording this video in is actually getting a bit cold now. And I left my jersey downstairs, so I'm actually getting a bit cold whilst I'm doing my voiceover. So if I do sound weird, it's just because the room's getting a bit cold that I'm recording in. So yeah. But anyway, then I add a little sound guitar that maybe he would have had signed by his favorite band or whatever. So, and then I don't know if you can use it with the baby Yoda being in the way there, but you guys can just move that if you can't. Then I didn't add anything on the balcony on the outside, because I couldn't really find anything to put on there that would be used sort of by a teenager. Like, the boxing bag would have been too big, so I end up just leaving it a plain open balcony. Just a nice space. Maybe he can go sit out there and do his homework or whatever, or just get some fresh air. Then I just add a little bookshelf to the upstairs area, just to kind of fill it out a bit, that it's not just an open area. So a little bookcase and a carpet, and then a nice pot plant. And I just add a painting on one of the walls where you're coming up the stairs right over there. I just add a nice big rectangle painting, just to sort of draw that room to a close, and so that it doesn't look completely empty. And then the last room that I end up furnishing, where I forgot to add the curtains, is the parents' bedroom. It's not also the biggest of bedrooms, but it's enough space for them. All they're going to be doing there is sleeping. So the rest of the house is where they're going to be doing other activities. All they're going to be doing in this room is sleeping anyway. So and then also the room where the staircase is, where I added the bookshelves. You guys can even add a little workspace there, with a little desk and a computer if you want to, because there isn't actually an office in this build. So you can maybe even add a computer there if you want to change that for the bookshelf. And then I just do a nice wardrobe feature here where I put a TV on the wall. I don't know if your Sims can actually use it. I think they can sit on the bed and watch TV, but I don't think they can lay on the bed and watch TV. But in any way, I add a nice TV there, and all I add else all I'm getting so tongue tied here. The only other stuff I add in the room is just a nice carpet to bring it all together, and then I was gonna add curtains, but I forgot to do that, and I also forgot. I see, because I was battling with this painting, you'll see I end up battling with this painting that I'm going to be putting on the wall. Not this one, it's the one that I'm going to use. I wanted to enlarge it, and it works to enlarge it, but then for some reason it stays stuck on top of the wall. But if you take the painting on the outside of the house, it moves freely up and down the walls. This painting over here, so I don't know why it was giving me such a problem, but I end up using it anyway, just in the small version, and that's probably why I forgot to add curtains and decorations on top of the wardrobes. But in any way, guys, if you like this build, don't forget to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Continue your support for my channel, I really do appreciate it. And just adding the little hanging plants at the top of this feature window over here, and I'll see you guys all in the next video, and the screenshots are about to pop up now. I really had a lot of fun with this build. Don't forget to download it in the gallery. It is under Wooden Duplex, and here is the screenshot. So just the front of the house there, and the nice back photo of the back of the house with the pool in the view there. Really nice photo, and just a photo of the nice living room with all that natural light coming in those big windows. The nice industrial kitchen, really my favorite room of the house, and the dining room. Look at that photo. Absolutely beautiful. And then we're just going to go to the rooms. So I'll see you guys all in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, guys, and follow me on Twitter as well, Nomad Gaming 6, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.